Welcome back to Easy Ayurveda classes, and today in this video we'll be seeing what all are the important questions for the first year BAMS Padārtha Vijñāna Paper 2. These are the most repeated questions which I have observed in my observed by previous year by seeing the previous year question paper. Almost 10-year question papers I have studied and made these just 12 to 15 important questions for the PV paper 2. If you look at these questions and studied well these questions, you can easily score good marks in the Padārtha paper 2 and you can get passed in this exam. So we'll move on. The first question is from the Pariksha chapter. The question they may ask is define Prama, Prameya, Pramana, writes its importance, classify writes its importance in Pramana in Ayurveda, and utility of the Pramana. That means if they asked just importance of Pramana, even they may reverse the question as the utility of the Pramana. This will be asked for 10 marks question. This has been repeated many times in the exam. So study what is Prama, Prameya, Pramana. This is most important. Next, or they may ask classify Pramana according to different school of philosophy. So classification of Pramana according to different school of philosophy, what all they have explained, no, that they may ask for 10 marks. Next one is what is Aptopadesham and Apta Lakshana, and write its Aptopadesha Ghamya Bhava and its significance. What means? First, what is Aptopadesha? 100% either in 5 marks or in 10 marks. This will they'll ask along with the Apta Lakshana. So Apta Lakshana is so much important that they've asked directly for 5 marks repeatedly this Apta Lakshana. Next one is the write its Aptopadesha Ghamya Bhava. That means significance in its Ayurveda. This is also very important, that what all are the Aptopadesha Ghamya Bhava. Either this Ghamya Bhava, what is there? No, they ask repeatedly like what is Pratyaksha Ghamya Bhava or Pramana Ghamya Bhava. Like that they've asked repeatedly this one. Next, third question is define and classify Anumana and Lakshana and its Anumana Ghamya Bhava. See, again they have asked here. Anumana Ghamya Bhava. Anumana Ghamya Bhava. Again they have asked here. So this is third question. Second question is from Aptopadesha, that they'll ask Aptopadesha, Apta Lakshana and Aptopadesha Ghamya Bhava. And third question from the Anumana Lakshana and its Ghamya Bhava. If they don't ask this one for the 10 marks, they will combine Hetva Bhasa types and its clinical importance. Sorry, I forgot to write its clinical importance. This is very important question. You have to study and go this Hetva Bhasa, because if they ask 10 marks, okay, either they'll ask 5 marks or 10 marks, fixed question, that is Hetva Bhasa. Anumana Ghamya Bhava and their utility and diagnosis, separate question. This also they asked 2 times, that is Anumana Ghamya Bhava and their utility and diagnosis. Next one is write Lakshanam of karma and its Veda and explain the Satkaryavada and Karyakarana Siddhanta in Ayurveda. See, fourth question they'll ask from the Karyakarana Siddhanta chapter. They'll ask write Lakshana of the Karana, means what are the Lakshana of the Karana Dravya and its Veda. Explain the Satkaryavada. This Satkaryavada is repeated so many times. So be thorough with this Satkaryavada. If they don't ask this, they'll ask any Vada, that's Avyakta Vada, Pilupaka Vada, Pitarapaka Vada, like that Vadas are there, no? They'll ask that one. But I have written here only Satkaryavada because it is repeated most of the times. And they'll ask Karyakarana Siddhanta in Ayurveda. That means how it's applicable in Ayurveda. At that time you have to explain about the each Ayurveda and write its explanation. Next one, fifth question, for 5 marks question they'll ask. Explain Aptopadesha Lakshana or Shabda Lakshana Pramana Bheda or Shabda Pramana. See, if they included Aptopadesha Lakshana in the 10 marks question, then they will ask Shabda Lakshana, Shabda Pramana or Shabda Bheda. That is very important question. They have asked repeatedly many times. Next one is the importance of pramana in Ayurveda, or this they'll ask for 5 marks. Importance of pramana. What all are the pramana there? No, what is their importance in Ayurveda? If they ask like this, you have to write about the clinical applications. Next, concept of the Panchaka. This is also important. These two are the most repeated questions for the question number 6. Next one is the question number 7. Here they'll ask Pancha Avayava Vakya or Hetva Bhasa. Very important and is Pancha Avayava Vakya. Please be thorough with, because they ask repeatedly this above question, 6th question Panchaka also, and this one Pancha Avayava Vakya also for 5 marks. And again for 8th question, as Hetva Bhasa, if they not asked for 10 marks question, they'll ask fixed for the 5 marks question here. Next, 8th question, define Vyapti and its types, or Trivida Anumana according to Charakaha. Trivida Anumana according to Charakaha. Like this they may ask. Or Vyapti types and its define Vyapti and its types, or Trivida Anumana Pana according to Charakaha. Next, 9th question, explain Yukti Pramanaha and its significance and its clinical application. This is also important. The repeated question. See, this Yukti is repeated question. Hetva Bhasa is repeated question. 10 marks. And Aptopadesha is also repeated question. 10, 20 marks. And Prameya, Prameya, this also repeated question. 40 marks. And this Sat Karyavada, this is also repeated, 50 marks. Aram se 50 marks is almost all repeated question itself. Next one is the 10th question is define Upamana Pramana and example and its significance. See, this is also most repeated question. Aram se 60 marks is like most repeated only. If you study these 6 questions also, aram se you'll get 60 marks, but you should know how to write in exam. It is very important. Next is Pilu Pakavada and Pitara Pakavada, importance and difference. Difference they ask many times, so be thorough with that difference. Next one is the last question is the characters of the Sad Hetu or Hetu explanation in detail. This is also most repeated question for the 5 marks. So these many questions are most repeated questions for the PV paper 2. So among these 12 questions or 15 questions, if you study thoroughly 10 questions also, you can score aram se 50 plus, not 50 plus, aram se you can score 60 plus in the exams. So this much is the video of the PV paper 2 important questions for the university exams. If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe my channel and share to your friends, because it takes more time for me to create videos for you. Consider that effort and subscribe to my channel. And I have secured distinction in my first year with scoring 78% by forming these questions itself only. So I have formed this question previous itself and studied these questions thoroughly, and have scored in PV 72 marks. So please, it takes more effort for me to create videos for you. Even my busy schedules and my internals are going. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.